Shalom, giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that told me this truth that rule well, and Shalom to the elect scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. This is Kwadash Paya, and as you can see here, this was a short clip that I was recording, when I got off of work. They've been doing marathons, around a school, and you have people cheering them on, watching, and it was hundreds of them, to where buses and cars was blocked off. But you see, each person has a number, and we trying to make it to that number. 144,000 and 1/3 that's racing, that's in that marathon for salvation, to obtain our righteous crown, and part of a marathon is what? Endurance, because you're not sprinting, because you're going to burn yourself out. A lot of people did that, the scriptures say that the race is not for the swift. You know what I'm saying? It's a growing process. It's endurance. You got to endure, even though scriptures say be not weary in well doings. If you running, sometimes you may get a little tired, you may whatever, you need to, man, you got to keep going regardless. We got to keep going through all trials and tribulations. We suffer, for righteousness' sake, and it's to better you, whatever we go through. Endurance, stamina, right? Just like in boxing, that's another thing. Like Paul stated, we fight the good fight of faith. But in boxing, they endure. They endure the hits. They may get tired, but they can't, just stop. But anyway, real quick, there's the book of Philippians, chapter 3, verse 13. It says, "Brethren, I count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before." And what's before us? The finish line, salvation, right? We're forgetting the things that are behind us. That's why it's behind us. When you're driving a car, you look at the rear view, you look at the main, you're looking ahead. We're looking ahead of this place. When Yahweh Shah come back, we're looking, with our eyes, like Yahweh Shah, said, keeping your eyes single, like we're in a tunnel, we got tunnel vision, we see the light ahead, right? Why you think, because even when you running too, if you running, you're not looking at who's behind you. You could stumble, you could fall, they may pass you. Nah, you look ahead, you keep going. It says, "I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Yahweh Shah HaMashiach," right? Now let's get that word. So we press towards the mark for the prize, which is that crown, salvation, and it's the spiritual mark. Matter of fact, let me see what that word mark is. Oh, yeah, the distance mark looked at, the goal or end one has in view, an observer, a watchman. That's right. So we're watching for these prophecies. The final prophecy is about to happen, the hour of temptation and World War III. After that, our goal is what? To obtain a righteous crown, salvation, to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shah when he come back. But let's get the word press. We press for that mark, right? Meaning what? to make, to run, or flee, put to flight, drive, right? To run swiftly in order to catch, yeah. Press on, to press on, you know, to press on, right? Figuratively, of one who in a race runs swiftly to reach the goal. God, that's beautiful, you know? I'm gonna screenshot that, shoot this, right? That's perfect. Now let's get, with that being stated, you know, I got a couple precepts that I want to bring out. You know, I'm time limited right now, but let's start off with 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 24. It says, know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize? So run that ye may obtain. That's right. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. So, you know, Paul, you know, referenced, you know, us in this truth as running, you know, fighting. It's like a sport. It's like not a sport, but it's what he's comparing it to, you know, using an analogy, right? Just like when Yahushua, you know, spoke in parables. But it says there, verse 20, yeah, and not as uncertainty, because we're certain, you know, we believe the promise, you know, we have faith. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. That's right. You don't want to be a castaway, you know? It's Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. You know? So the angels is cheering us on, like, yo, keep going. You know? Scriptures say the angels rejoice for every one sinner that repented, roughly paraphrasing. So, you know, they want to see us win. You know, they help us. Scriptures say that angels encamp around them that fear the Lord. So that, you know, you got guardian angels, you got, you know. It says, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us, right? Because we gotta, you know, even though we're gonna suffer, we're gonna go through things, it's to better you, you know? Keep going. Scriptures say, he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So we gotta endure, you know? First, you wanna pass that finish line, man. You wanna say, yeah, I finished. I fought the good fight of faith. 1 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receive. You know what? I read this already. You know that it's the spirit. But we're gonna close off with this. Ecclesiastes 9:11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. Right? It's a battle as well, you know. And in that battle, what? We have faith, because strength coming from heaven, you know. That's why it says, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. Alright, so, you know, we pressing towards that mark. And to press means to one that runneth. Alright? And we almost at the finish line, man. We can see it. We can see it. We can feel it. You know? We can taste it. We smell it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope this lesson was edifying. Till next time, shalom.